Frequent foreign trips by President Bola Tinubu has Vice President Kashim Shettima have drawn sharp criticism from opposition parties who describe the travel as wasteful and insensitive to Nigerians' correct economic struggles. The coalition of united political parties, People Democratic Party and New Nigerian People Party, all expressed concern over what they described as the president and his deputies' excessive travels abroad. Their criticism followed President Tinubu's departure on Wednesday for a 2-week working leave in France. Just a day later, on Thursday, Vice President Shettima left the country for Senegal to attend the country's Independence Day celebration. CUPP National Secretary Peter Ahmed stated that President Tinubu's frequent foreign trips have created a leadership vacuum, negatively impacting various sectors in Nigeria. Ahmed emphasized that Nigeria cannot achieve its national goals with such a high frequency of foreign travels. PDP Deputy National Youth Leader Timothy Osadalo also weighed in, calling the constant travels by both leaders a sign of irresponsibility and a lack of commitment to the Nigerian people. Osadalo called on President Tinubu to be transparent about his health, suggesting that his frequent trips abroad may be related to medical conditions or medical treatment. Well, we hope that's actually not. Well, the president has had trips oftentimes for different reasons. I want to get your thoughts on this, please. What do you make of this?
I just hope that this issue of medical trip that is creeping in and the same France is not tempting us to remember our Minister of FCT, who has been rumored of being to France, flown to France on the issue of health also, although we've seen videos which some are saying is AI video and all that of him coming up to debunk all those ideas. However, whichever way, we're all humans and we are prone to falling sick, having one health challenge or the other. But what happens to the Nigerian hospitals? What happened to our own medical units? What happened to our National Hospital Abuja? What happened to our researchers or medical doctors? What happened to heavy amounts allocated to health in the budgets of Nigeria? What about that, if it has something to do with health? And if that's not the case, what exactly is the president going for 2 weeks leave? So the president doesn't have any conducive place in Nigeria where he can have the leave, where he can rest for 2 weeks. Maybe there's no conducive place in Nigeria. So
okay. Now the question would be, why would the president and the vice leave at the same time? We will recall there was a situation where the chief of army staff and the defense minister, Nuhu Ribadu, were denied visa by the Canadian embassy at the time. And the agitations and criticism were, why would the two security chiefs want to leave the country at the same time to honor fallen heroes in a foreign country? The vice president is leaving to celebrate Senegal independence, and the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is, according to the statement, is leaving on official meeting to France.
You see,
if you check those two situations, in what way did this trip benefits the country? We're looking at recently, for the past 1 week, there has been continuous case of insecurity and kidnappings, killings, and here and there. There's been continuous case of Nigerians agitating over the fuel price increase. As it stands, as we speak now, a liter of petrol is about 917 naira. As of 2 days ago, it was a 950. Okay, no, 925 to 950 as of today. And it's increasing as the day passes. The prices of foods are escalating. It's actually increasing to the horizon, to wherever it wants to get to. These are serious situations that Nigerians are really agitating for a change. And we have the president and the vice president living at the same time. The question is, why this visit, why those trips, especially if the reasons are not to the benefit of the country?
They are not telling us the truth. But however, I'll join my voice to say it's an act of irresponsibility in governance. And a vacuum has actually been created. If Nigeria is actually working as a democratic nation, something very serious should be raised against Mr. President, especially by the National Assembly. But unfortunately, the National Assembly is more of the bulldogs for Mr. President or for the executive arm. And so, as it were, what we are seeing is, yes, sir, whatever the President says, the National Assembly concur. So it's more of a concur National Assembly. Otherwise, an issue should be raised. There is vacancy right now. There's a vacuum, and that shouldn't happen in the country. Mr. President could have been away, and the Vice President would delegate any other person to do that is whatever is taking him to Senegal. We have ministers, foreign affairs, we have other government officials that can be delegated to represent the country if it is of utmost importance that should happen. So there shouldn't be vacuum being created in leadership. It is actually wasteful to do that. It is a sign of insensitivity on the leadership of our government. The two heads can't live at the same time, or shouldn't live. Yes, part of the story had said there is some kind of refuter or feedback coming to defend the governor, the president, that we have actually passed the time where people must be physically present before governance can run. We're talking about two different things here. We're talking about that is in no way an excuse. The president could have been away during the swearing in. He could have been sworn in by virtual means, if that be the case. The president and the vice president would have been in UK, and then on the Independence Day, we wouldn't have them to address the nation. Nigeria's Independence Day or Democracy Day, if we can do it by the reason of technological advancement. So the president can be anywhere. As a matter of fact, then we don't even need a president. A robot can do that. Or we can have, yes, we can have some robots in the House of National Assembly. Yes, there wouldn't have been any need for we to have them physically available during their campaigns. So because you are done with all of that and they've been sworn in, today you can now tell us that you don't really need to be available physically to administer and take up the responsibility you swore for a country of this nature. I think that is out of the place in terms of defense. There should rather be an apology to the Nigerian citizens. Thank you.
Thank you.